No body wash. Like, you don't use soap in the shower?
Of course I use soap.
Not
Every time you take a shower, it needs to be.
Hello, namaste. Zarna Garg here with the Zarna Garg Family Podcast. So excited to have you. Today we have in the house all 5 Gargs and we are recording this live in a studio together. This is so exciting. Today's topic is super fun, super light. You're going to love it and we can't wait to hear from you about it. Today's topic is about self-care. What do we like to do to take care of ourselves? What are the things we invest money in? Where are places we save money? Where do we cut the corners? Where do we go nuts and bananas? And we want to hear all our tricks and trips. We're going to share everything with you and we want to hear from you. So without wasting any time, we're going to get right into the intros. My husband of 25 years, Zarna Garg, finance professional. My daughter who's finishing college, Zoya Garg, Rich Garg, my college kid, my middle schooler, Veer Garg, and we are ready to go. So who has an opinion on self-care? Who wants to talk about what self-care means to us first and foremost?
I am the queen of self-care. I think that's so easy to say. Dad, do you even know what self-care is?
Bro,
I mean,
you
I'd
are
like to
not the
understand.
queen of self-care.
I am
She is the queen of
definitely the
I
queen
think
of
that
self-care.
Veer is the king of
No, no.
self-care.
I am the
He's
like
the king
I'm
and
the
I'm the
low
queen.
key. I'm the low key king of
He is the king.
because I don't like talk about it all the time, but I am really good at taking care of myself.
I basically live in Veer's room. This kid is the most. I have never seen someone who is so obsessed with making sure like everything is healthy in his. Tell him about the app you have.
Hold on. Can we
Wait.
explain? Can we explain
No,
what
let's
self-care
hear about
is?
the app.
Can we?
Hold on.
I want to hear the app.
Wait, but
He
we-
has this crazy
Can we define
app.
what self-care is?
Okay, let him tell the app and then we define it.
Okay.
Go.
I have an app. Should I say the name?
Yeah, you can say it.
Okay, I have an app called Yuka. It's YUKA. So basically, on the back of everything, almost every branded product you have, there's a barcode. That's what you scan when you buy it in the store if you're doing self-scanning. And so on the app, you'll scan the barcode and it'll give you a rating out of 100 and it'll explain to you all the ingredients inside of it, like how risky it is, like is it cancer causing, anything dangerous. So
like what? Like a candy or like if you had a chocolate bar?
like a candy, it'll tell you this is too much sugar, too many calories per gram.
Or like
whatever.
shampoo.
Shampoo, it'll tell you it has a bad chemical in it. So it'll give you a rating every
insane.
time
So when you find that out, what do you do
Wait,
with that
at the
information?
restaurant. At the restaurant, Veer used it on your guys' drinks,
the drink is bad.
and he said,
It is bad. She doesn't want to believe it.
What
It's not
percentage?
good.
What percentage?
The alcohol-free one.
39%.
It was a 39%.
39 out of 100.
What was 39% in it?
39%
Zero alcohol
because it had
beer.
a lot of calories.
No? What? The zero alcohol beer is great.
How are you gonna say you're gonna fight against science?
No, you said yesterday that it was like 90%.
I said 39. That is not what I said. It was 39.
So what is the general percentage the product should qualify at?
60 or above. Like you want 80 or above, but 60 or above is like you could use it.
Is there anything that's 60 or above?
His
My
whole.
whole everything in my bathroom 60 or above.
Oh my God, did you know about it? I had no idea.
No, he
So-
uses it on everything.
So what do you use it for? Like things, forget about food items.
Shampoo, conditioner, any hair product, any lip product, any.
That's why everybody's
Water.
buying everything organic, super shade grown. Oh my God, this is why I'm broke. But why do you care so much about whether or not?
Because I don't like some products. They'll say that they're good for your health, but they'll actually like, for example, shampoos can say they're actually good for your health because they're moisturizing your hair, but they're stripping all the good oils. That's why you want a good shampoo.
So what is it? I guess don't tell us the name of the shampoo, but do you then specifically go and buy
Yeah,
a specific shampoo? Is it different than the shampoo that all of us
like
use?
you guys all use you know which one you use.
No, I use a different shampoo actually
Okay,
because
you three,
of the same reason.
you three all use the one that mom buys. You know which one.
Yeah,
The
Mom
one
buys
in-
a $2 shampoo that is
Mom's
literally
shampoo is freaking
rips the
amazing.
that
oil.
shampoo.
It's
That
horrible
shampoo
for you.
is proven to make your hair fall out.
and it's proven.
Maybe
to
that's
thin out
why I
your
lost
hair.
all my hair.
Oh,
Oh my God!
I mean, I didn't have that app.
Dad, you didn't even use shampoo.
Okay, wait. So
for
I have a
years.
question. So is your idea of self-care like making sure that the healthy products are hitting you? Like, what's your idea of self-care then?
Self-care and making sure everything you own isn't going against you. You want something that's going to help you live your life. But if you're buying shampoo or anything in that sense that is bad for you, like it's going to be going against you.
but you're on a screen all the time. That's going against.
My screen time has been going down
Also,
a lot. I
Veer-
put my screen in black and white
Yes.
mode. I put screen times for myself and I like put the password. I threw it somewhere random. So I if I need it, I know where the password is. but my screen time has been going down, so I'm working.
Also,
on that
Veer
too.
takes cold showers.
Cold
No,
showers.
you-
I do.
You
I
take cold showers?
I do
I didn't know that. You take cold showers in the winter.
in the morning.
He's been taking them in the winter.
Did you know this?
Shut
It's
up.
good for you.
No, okay, hold on. So what is self-care? Because like my head is spinning already. What
I
is-
think self-care is doing. I think usually self-care is paying a premium or going an extra mile in some regard or another to improve your day-to-day satisfaction. So paying that extra $3 for coffee is considered self-care, right? Because
Okay.
a
That is
non-self-care,
Not the Starbucks coffee. That's
no,
What's
but
in that?
terrible. Like it's just soybean. It's terrible for you.
wow,
What?
What?
This is why he's
What
the king of
is it?
self-care.
he knows
He knows
everything.
everything.
What do you mean? So it has soybean.
It's not good for you. It has seed oils too.
It's coffee?
Not coffee, but a lot of stuff at Starbucks.
Yeah, but we don't drink coffee. We just drink coffee. Shut up.
Okay.
Oh God,
No, but
Veer, what? I had
self-care-
no idea that you
Like
were
that
taking
iced macchiato. That's just not good for you.
No, no one should be drinking that. But no one in our family. I
Okay.
didn't need the app.
Bridge
to tell
go.
me that.
Wait.
Yeah.
My definition of self-care is going to be the most different to all of you guys because I think what he does is ridiculous.
And I think what you
I
do is
think-
ridiculous.
I think what
I think what
he
Didi does is crazy.
No,
I think
what
your
he does is
toothpaste thing
crazy.
is absurd.
No,
Your toothpaste is
your
absurd.
tooth. Okay,
Why
explain the
did you
toothpaste
just
thing.
point? Why
No,
did
the
you point
toothpaste
it?
thing. No, the toothpaste thing is actually crazy because I accidentally used this toothpaste
you
once.
most American toothpaste companies.
Oh my
It's
God.
not true.
If you
I've
leave the
already
cap
explained why
out,
you're wrong.
even for a few nights, do you realize how sticky it gets at the top?
Oh
And then you have to push really hard so that toothpaste comes out.
Yeah,
that
I
should
100%
not be
that's the thing.
happening. That's not how. That's because it has so much sugar and chemicals in it.
True.
Like
Oh,
with
yeah,
No, that
sugary
is true.
drinks,
No, it is.
that it
Doesn't have
just gets
sugar in it,
stuck.
though.
No, it is.
If you
It's
buy
not
like
sugar.
a European or a Swiss toothpaste, which I do, first of all, they cost 5 times as much. You should not be able to buy a toothpaste for $6. There's no reason why something that goes in your mouth twice or thrice a day should be costing $6. Clearly, it's not real, like actually made. Like in India, like when 5,000 years ago, toothpaste wasn't around, people would take out a stick from a particular kind of tree to clean their teeth.
And that's why
how-
their teeth would fall out.
No, no,
That's
their
literally
teeth.
why their
Explain to
teeth
you
fall
why
out.
you guys-
I
Oh my
don't
God.
have a
Same
single
analogy last
cavity
time.
at 48 years of age.
You have never had one.
I've never had one
your
cavity.
entire life.
In my
not
entire life.
Once.
Have
Not
you
once.
actually been to a dentist? An
I go to the
American
dentist. I go to a
Yeah.
dentist every 6 months.
I dragged him when he was 25 and I was so proud of myself because his mom never took him to a dentist. And I was like, oh, wait till he finds out all the problems.
You
with
never
his
went
teeth.
to a dentist in
And
the
then it
first
turned
18
out
years
that
of your
he
life?
had no
That's true, I did not. But I'm
So
saying that
might have been why you
but
didn't
no,
have
but
it.
No, but he
doesn't,
didn't have
though.
a
He
single
doesn't have a single.
cavity.
You would see it.
But I'll tell
Yeah,
you
that's
why it's why he doesn't, because he doesn't need too much sugar anyway.
well, I mean,
That's what I've
from
tried
my
to
mid years,
explain.
30s
5,000
and
years
early
ago-
40s, I did used to eat more sugar.
5,000 years ago, people weren't eating as much processed sugar. That's why
You're
they
right.
get as
I
many.
agree with that. But
No, but
even
it's
so,
still something. It's the fact you've never in your life had
That's pretty
one
impressive.
cavity is insane.
Wait, so what Bridge is saying though?
so whenever I'm in Europe, and more recently, your mother was in Europe on the way back, and she carried some toothpaste back for me. And otherwise, I import them, and it's very hard to import them because the customs catches it. Believe it or not, they catch the
but that is
foreign toothpaste and hold it, and you have to physically go and pay extra money to get it out. That's how it is. That's how much of a mafia the American toothpaste companies are.
But just to be clear, that is a form of self-care. You're paying a premium on toothpaste because you think the experience of brushing your teeth.
Deodorant is another such thing.
Dad
It's
pays
sticky,
a bomb on
like-
deodorant.
Yeah,
It's
I did
horrible
not.
deodorant.
I don't use the deodorant mom gets us. I get.
Why are we all flaming mom? when you
Yeah, I
brought
don't
it?
know.
Yeah, because your mom-
It's not. It's only mom.
Everyone's straying mom.
I don't use like the one that they market for $2 because I know that there's some bad products in that, and I scan it with my app. The one that I get.
Scan it with my app.
Oh my
Veer, I love this app, man. I really love it.
So
I can-
far under self-care, we have expensive deodorant and expensive.
Not. It's not
toothpaste.
expensive.
Okay.
Same price as the other ones, but
You do
Just,
your
like,
research.
Research.
I
You
research
do
it.
your research. We have cold showers. Do your research on your deodorant.
Face
you know,
cream.
Face
before a
cream,
week ago,
toiletries.
he had never used conditioner in his life.
That's just not true. I use conditioner in my life, just not nearly like on the strict schedule as you do.
Oh my
Like
god.
of like
There's a
2
conditioning
days.
schedule.
He goes every
just
2
use it every
days.
2
You have to
days.
use, like I use
That's
it when
not,
I'm like.
Why
that's not
every
a
2
strict
days?
schedule. Because you can't use it every day, then you're over applying. And he also uses it wrong.
Yeah, he's stripping
How do
his
you
hair
use
of the
it?
oils.
How are you
It's true.
supposed
He puts it all in his roots. You're only supposed to condition the tips of your
He's
hair.
right. That's true.
Why? That's what I'm saying.
That's true.
It's so
He's
ridiculous.
right.
Like this is
He's
why I
right.
can't. Okay, let's go into my definition.
Where did you
We
learn that?
understand.
Where are my he's completely correct. If
I
you've
understand
never
that
been to
all
a
of the
hair
the-
person.
I don't know about mom actually, but the three of you guys are insanely like.
Who's the three of us?
I'm not
You,
even
you, and
spending
you.
extra
You-
time.
you
with
so
three.
you guys are on the same page.
I think that self
You
care.
just want to be on somebody else's page.
I think that self care is just making sure that you are alive and you're not like
What?
killing yourself.
That's not
That is,
self-care.
it is
That's
very
just
primal,
living.
but it
That
makes
is
sense.
that does not sound
hygiene.
like self.
That
You
is
do
hygiene.
not need to make sure that every product you're using
Yes.
is some sort of like God-made product that's
You're
made
gonna
to save your
regret
life.
that though.
It
Yeah,
has
you are.
nothing
You're
to
gonna
do that.
regret
It has
making that
nothing
point.
to do
You're
with that.
gonna regret it. Your hair is gonna be falling out at 30 while I'm gonna be having my luscious hair.
I
at 70
regret
years
using an
old.
app to
Did
check
you
if
say
a
luscious
soap-
hair?
He said luscious hair.
I hope you have your luscious hair.
Exactly, and you're gonna be regretting making that.
Even though I
mistake.
have to caution you that given your dad's history
Yeah,
with hair,
but-
it is unlikely that you'll have luscious hair.
I will
in
have
your
my hair
30s.
for longer.
Okay,
than yours.
another self-care thing that at least Dad and I definitely invest in are expensive workout classes. That
Expensive workout.
is absolutely
Yes,
self-care.
for the longest
that
time it
not
was
everybody
private, but now I enjoy these group classes. I do think they are very fun.
and they're a
very-
huge investment, and I definitely think they're self-care. And I think it's self-care because then you don't have to think about how to optimize your workout, and basically all the hard work is done for you. So
That's true.
something that we invest in.
That
for
is
sure.
self-care.
Their self-care definitions all raise the price by $1 million.
I know.
It's like an insane
him
increase
too.
of wealth.
And him
It's all of them, but
all the
I
time.
just
I'm
don't
not
think you
thinking
need
it by
all
that much.
No,
The-
Bridge, you and
Yeah.
I.
the special
So
stuff that I
what's
get
your wait? I'm curious about what you think self-care is.
For me,
Oh, I know what it's gonna be. Can I
self-care-
predict? Can I please predict?
You-
Can I please predict? Can I please predict?
Yes.
I literally love this.
Yeah.
It's napping.
Okay, that is one.
It's what?
Napping is a big form of self-care.
Yeah, I love
I
napping.
fall asleep. When you guys are talking half the time on the phone, I fall asleep.
I actually recently.
Oh my god!
guys.
But tell the story. Tell the
No,
story from 3 days
I was
ago.
recently yesterday. I was talking to mom for like the first. I just got back to New York like a day ago. I was so excited to finally yap to mom and talk to her for hours and hours. And we were walking, and I realized for an hour she had not said anything. And I was like, Mom, what did I just say? And she said, I don't know.
I can't listen. You guys go on and on and on about things. Your friend and your other friend and your third friend. The one story you should tell me about riding the bicycle with no helmet. You don't tell me that one. You talk about the matcha latte, puta pate. I don't care. Like I care. What story, Veer? What story?
Remember 3 days ago when me and Vaya were trying to sleep on a school night? We were trying to
Oh
we were
my
trying to
God.
fall asleep on a school night. And like we were all shoved into 3 beds, even though we have 3 rooms.
We
and
weren't
all in
shoved.
one
We
room.
all choose to do that.
Wow.
We choose to
They
sleep
choose-
in
wait,
one.
The
Good.
four
So
of us
all-
choose to sleep in the same
Yeah,
room.
me, my brother, and mom were all sleeping in a bed, and
No, I was.
No, it
in
was
that
you
bed.
three.
it was us 3, and then he was in the other bed. But me and
We
him
were
were
all in the same
me-
room.
Baya and Didi, Baya's brother in Hindi, Didi his sister in Hindi. We were trying to sleep, and my mom had her phone on full volume and max brightness, and she was scrolling
It
on
was
whatever
literally
I was
Instagram.
listening to inspiring
It was-
things.
That is so
I
inconsiderate.
was trying to sleep and you just couldn't because you could just hear
And then
from
we
her phone,
asked her
like,
to turn it down, and she just
It
ignored
was
us.
Steve Harvey was giving inspiring quotes that I wanted you to
Not
hear.
only
Last
she,
thing
the
before
boys
you-
asked her like, can you just turn it down? And she said nothing. And then they asked again louder, and she said no.
And she does that in a movie. We would be watching a movie in
Yes.
a theater,
No, never.
and she would put your phone
No,
on.
you do
No, I
Not
have
the
my
sound.
headphones on.
The sound, no, but
worst
the
is
brightness of
workout
the.
class. When she goes to workout classes, she will listen to her own music. They play music for us, to everyone to
I
listen
don't want to
together.
listen
The
to
You will
biggest
put it in your
mistake,
headphones.
biggest mistake I ever made, bringing my mom to a
Oh.
spin class, to a yoga class. She puts her music in, and
Yes.
she's listening to her Bollywood music. The instructor's like, "Ma'am, you cannot do that." She can't even hear them, so I have to sit there in embarrassment, dying that my mom can't follow the rules. That's not
That's
self-care.
my self-care.
That's rebellion.
Okay, what else is your self care?
My self-care is buying back time.
Yes.
So if somebody,
Mom's
I,
fan.
I don't believe in therapy, which not mostly, for the most part. Some people need it, many people abuse it. Some people
That's
need
a
it.
good.
That's a good
Many
quote.
people just don't want to invest in making a friend, don't want to be a friend. They just think they can pay their way into buying friendships. Essentially is what a lot of therapy is. And these therapists, they have a business model which, to each his own. Everybody.
I'll just briefly make my point on this. I do think that it's true that people abuse therapy,
Yes.
but I also think that therapy is when somebody chooses to do therapy, that is actually a selfless thing to do. And I'll explain why. Because if you are prioritizing yourself and your mental well-being, that means that you're likely not dumping that onto your friends, onto your family. And that is actually an extremely generous thing to be doing instead of taking away time from other people. Now, I'm not going to say anything more on that, but I actually think when somebody invests in therapy, that is a form of self-care, not only for themselves, but the people that they love around them.
It's a very fine line because a big part of friendship is being able to tell your friends your problem and being there to listen to their problems. And a big reason people need somebody paid to tell their problems is because they don't have the patience to listen to their friends' problems. So then they become, anything happens, they've told a paid person, and then when their friend has something to share, they're like, go find a therapist. I'm not your therapist. And somehow we have found this triangulation, but this topic is not a therapy topic. I think, I personally don't think I need therapy. I don't think most people I know need therapy. But what does help is having a clean and organized home, having
Oh my God! Don't even get me started. Don't get me started.
lot of the housework handled because I don't want to be the one who's constantly doing everything. It would have come down to me. As we all know.
I will say, like, the thing that gets mom the most calm, honestly, is when the house is clean.
Yeah.
And the rest of us are like fed, or like just the responsibilities that she used to have, when those are completed, even though you shouldn't worry about them, and I always tell you shouldn't, I know when
No, but
they
the
are
cleaning
completed,
is definitely a big one.
she gets much.
When the
you can
dishes
tell she's
aren't
a
done
lot
at
more
night,
calm.
she gets, and it's very cute because the boys will do the dishes if they're not done, just in case, and we'll all rally and clean the house so that mom, when she comes back, isn't worried. In the worst case scenario, when the house is not dirty, but it definitely does make a difference. Bridge is right, a noticeable difference.
Ask any person, they will tell you they're having order around them. And I'm not at all type A or anal about order, but having cleanliness and order
Yes.
is my form of self-care, not just for me, but for our family. I believe very strongly, and I'll come to the other one. I believe very strongly that having like a organized-ish, because we are not perfect, and a clean-ish home has enabled all of us to focus on what we want to do when we have the time to do. Otherwise, all day you're running around like a hamster doing chores.
Yes.
And the second thing that I believe in, self-care that I believe in, is staying put in one place.
Yeah.
I have decided that for me personally, right now, not speaking for a family, but for me personally, achieving my professional goals is my number one thing. But the only way to achieve those goals is to collapse everything else and stay put in one place and focus on those goals. It is very difficult to focus and achieve anything when you're packing a bag to go on vacation for a long weekend. Then you're coming back and then attending somebody else's something. I say no to almost everything that comes my way now. And it has been calming in a way that I cannot explain to anybody, and I highly recommend. It's simple. You save money, you save your energy, you save time that will never come back. And I think even for our family, as a family, staying like this podcast episode right now, we're shooting, it's work. We're shooting during a long weekend where we're working together as a family. But that's all we're doing.
Yeah. No, I think,
And that's okay.
I think my
Okay.
self-care
Yeah.
is food.
oh, we
Yeah.
know that you're
I
I
self-care.
mean, you know, everybody knows at this point
We-
I eat once a day, right? And because I eat once a day, my meals is celebratory in nature. I
No,
celebrate.
hold on.
Let him be. Let him
He
be.
can eat once
let
a
him
day.
have
I don't
him
know how
have
we
his
went from
own.
there to
I
celebrating.
mean, if a
him
human
every
being is
day.
eating once a day, he deserves to celebrate, right? That meal. So hence, I do, spend a lot of time organizing, and
Yeah.
and I'm the beneficiary of being in New York City, where food options are unlimited, and I do spend a lot of time organizing that one meal. So I spend a lot of time, organizing.
We do
my
buy very expensive grocery.
grocery, but
Our
it's not
grocery bills are off the grid. Off the grid. If you just looked at our family credit cards, you would think as a family, all we do is eat all day long. We eat out, we order out. Our grocery comes from the most expensive. People think that place in LA, Airborne,
Yeah.
is expensive. Butterfield in New York can eat Airborne for breakfast. And nobody in New York even talks about it. People walk into Butterfield and buy strawberries that cost $2, $3, $4 a piece. One strawberry. Don't even think about it. And we eat very well. That is a form of self-care. We invest as much as possible in good eating.
But more specifically, talking about me and myself and I do spend a lot of time worrying about my personal food for self-care.
Oh, I have a good one for my self-care. I spend and I think this is part of being a woman, and I hope that most women can relate. I spend a lot of money and energy doing self-care hygiene things.
Yeah.
So for example, nails, obviously we never do, mom and I, we actually got them done today. We never do anything fancy. I don't do all the tips and all that, but like I like having my nails clean. I invest in waxing services. I don't shave, right? Shaving is way cheaper. It's way quicker. I find that it's really not great for my skin. And so I invest a lot of money in waxing. It's really been good for my mental health. And I don't know. I think
Wait,
those are-
I wanna spin back on something I said earlier. Why wouldn't you, if you only, like, you have one body in your life, and if you make a fatal mistake, not a fatal mistake, if you make a big mistake, then there's a chance that you can never reverse it. So why wouldn't you want to take the most care of yourself that you could?
But that does not apply to like the shampoo is 39
I don't know
rated.
if I agree with you, Mom.
Like,
I think that
I
Brit
think
here
it
makes a
does.
really good
I mean,
point.
it's like he
Yeah.
wants to have his luscious hair. He's fighting his gene too
No,
in doing so. I mean, I just don't
I
see
think what
what's
you're
wrong with
saying
that.
is
Okay.
a really valid point.
I'm
but
really
that-
happy he
I
uses a
wanna
I want
shampoo.
to hear his opinion
okay.
the most because he's
So when it comes to self-care, I already said that I believe in a much more primal sense of like living. And I think that I can relate a lot more to the average viewer than this. To me, what you guys are saying, you guys are making great points. I like your point, but it's such an insane way of living to make sure your shampoo is amazing, your conditioner is amazing, extreme routine, extreme. My hair can only get blow dried this time of week.
Most people
I
don't
need
have
to
the
get
luxury.
waxed. No people. First of all, most people don't have that luxury. Second of all, it's an extreme routine. I live a very basic. When I talk about my self-care, that could literally just be for me something as simple as working out, and it doesn't have to be a workout class with other people. It could literally just be going for a run. I'll go for a run. I'll come back. I'll rinse myself off. I don't need to take a shower with soap everywhere on my
no
body.
body wash.
Just a quick, like this is insane to me. Just like quick,
That's not gonna.
a quick rinse to get the sweat off my body, and that's great. That's
What do
how
you
I
say,
live.
Veer? What is it not going to do?
No body wash. Like, you don't use soap in the shower.
Of course I use soap. in the shower.
Not
He doesn't
every
use
not
soap.
every time you take a shower, it needs to be a
Fred,
freaking.
You should
like,
especially
Yeah,
be using
I-
soap
I-
after
I-
a
That's
run.
like
run.
laziness.
It's not laziness.
Yeah,
it's
it
just
sounds
choosing
like
your battles.
laziness.
You
I-
can
sounds
choose
exactly
different
like
battles
laziness.
than making sure that every single piece of your
Please, for the
freaking body
peace
is
of the
clean and
house,
everything.
use body wash.
Yeah.
please.
I use body wash, but not
It smells
every
awful all the time.
shower.
Like, I would
Every
never-
shower, using body
It
wash
takes
every
30
shower,
seconds to
taking
use
a
body
crazy
wash.
shower, taking crazy precautions every single time you take a shower is insane.
I will say, I do think what you're bringing up, which is an extremely important point, is this generation's like obsession with optimizing everything.
And that's you guys.
No, I know.
It
I'm
is
saying,
you guys.
No, you too.
That's
You
what I'm
have
saying.
your- No, you have your own
not me.
I'm not saying you.
Yeah,
I'm
thank
saying
you.
it's
Okay,
you and
but
you.
We all suffer
You
from
two.
it.
No, you two optimize every single thing possible.
Which two? Which two?
What do you
Veer
mean?
And Veer,
Veer, yeah.
You
You
guys,
elaborate?
if there is a way to make it so that there is a better option for you with a
Yes.
certain product, you will 100%
But why wouldn't
attack
you
it.
want to do
No,
that?
I agree.
Because you don't need to for everything, and it might just not make financial sense. It might not make time sense.
No,
it
Brit
might
is
just
bringing up a
not
good
be
point.
worth it.
No, I think this is a really good point because I do think that like this social media craze with like all the reviews of products and Googling what is the best way to do a certain form of meditation. These are all forms of optimization, and it's driven by consumerism, right? Because there's so many products, and as a consumer, you want to make sure that you're getting your money's worth. What Bridge is saying is there's always just an adequate product, and what Veer is saying is do your research, get the best possible one.
And there's always going to be something that's going to be better. There's
yeah.
always going to be something that's coming
to
out
be
that's
fair,
going to
I'm
be
he's
better.
not
not
saying
talking
that
about
it needs the best
expensive.
thing
And
in the
He's not
world.
saying
And just talking about
expensive.
products, that
think
water
about the
bottle.
cologne.
You want to talk about the water
And
bottle that you
talk
got
about
was
the
the
cologne
worst
water
water
bottle.
bottle ever.
Yeah.
You started using it.
Okay, water bottle. You just need a bottle that holds water. That is something like this. That's all you need. But you do not need to have some sort of expensive water bottle that does these fancy things. He got a water
What
bottle.
does it do? That water
I'm
bottle?
not saying it just adds like. What does it do? I don't even know what it
It
does.
just like flavors your water.
it's like you don't
But
need
not with
that.
sugar.
What do
with
you mean
essence.
flavors?
With like this,
it gives you a flavor without sugar.
like the way that seltzer is flavored with like.
And you know
yeah.
what's my least favorite part of the water bottle? It has nothing to do with the sugar. You cannot drink the water by just going like gut, gut, gut. Like that's it. That's what I want. To just quickly drink my water and that's it. This one you have to like suck out of a special straw. It
No,
comes
they
in like
made a squeeze
two
bottle.
water bottles,
They made
two
a
water
new
drops.
squeeze
and
bottle.
They made a new squeeze bottle. Tomorrow they're gonna make a bottle with no cap. Like I'm so tired of these better products. Just use if the product is good, just stick to it.
I do
Stop
think that's
worrying
fair.
about making your product
Wait.
better. Just stick to the one
I
you
agree.
have.
That
Appreciate
wasn't
that we are aligned on
you're
this.
taking that in the wrong perspective. That wasn't something that like this is way better. It's just something that I like. It's just something to look forward
You
to.
have a self-care problem too, and I can go down the line of self-care problems.
What
All of you
self-care
guys.
problem do I have?
When you find something you like, you will not just get one of them. You cannot be satisfied with the one quantity of the thing.
Because
You need to buy the whole stock
my
and the
God.
whole thing.
Buy
Every
for
product.
all
you
of you guys.
When
No,
you
no.
get
Okay.
when you find one pair of socks, one pair of
Yes.
shoes, whatever it is.
Let me show
when-
people right now because this sock has been made popular. It's a yoga
Okay,
sock.
but mom,
that
you
I,
need to
I
stop
don't really
buying.
do yoga,
No,
but I wear the sock.
Amazon packages of every single color variation, and you don't use any of them. You
No,
only
I
use
buy
the
for
white
you
version.
guys because I
But
find
It's
nobody
not
uses
true. It's the biggest
them.
fat.
And especially when it's
cap
cheap.
ever.
Whenever it's cheap, they would just buy in bulk.
100 of them.
that's
That's
okay.
so true. Okay,
What
go do
self-care
dads.
problem can
Do
you find
dads
about
first.
me?
Okay,
Yeah.
Dad.
Yeah, go for it, Bridge.
This is so fun. I'm enjoying
It'll be
this.
hard. I'm like a very simple guy.
Oh.
I think that you've made incredible progress when it comes to your self-care
Oh.
that I respect.
Oh, wow.
I still think your toothpaste thing is a little bit ridiculous to me because it's not always worth it to make sure you have the finest toothpaste, but everyone has their thing. So I don't think anything's bad with it. Honestly, I think that right now you're in a good you're in a good situation.
Wow.
Like just being completely honest, I think that
betrayal
he's in a
is
good situation. Let's be real.
Okay.
I have extremely respect for your diet. Eating 1 time a day, something I couldn't do. You take really good health. You have one meal. You've improved. I've seen you make your protein shakes better and better. I don't think you should be buying protein shakes. I think that you should be making them at home. But
He
I
does
think that overall, no. But
No,
sometimes he
more
buys it.
recently
But
I've been
recently
buying
he's been
them.
buying it. But
Because of me.
adding peanut butter to your thing. Coconut water is ridiculous.
I agree.
It
with
is
that.
a $7
tastes
purchase
terrible.
plus $2 to clean up. It's an insane purchase. I think that right now, Dad, you're in an incredible
I
health
love
stance, and I
coconut
hope
water.
you keep it forever.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
What about me? What about
Thank
me?
you. Can I do a thank you speech?
No, there's no speech.
I want to hear a speech.
A Grammy nomination speech.
Okay, I have to thank my parents, my mother
Oh.
in particular.
Oh,
for
okay.
providing
Oh.
such a good
Literally
childhood.
just write the eulogy at this
Oh.
point.
Wow.
I mean,
I cannot believe he just did that.
wow.
Okay.
But yeah, look, but Bridge, I gotta be very honest. 99% of my focus on my personal health, particularly the working out, is inspired by you and Didi.
No, I know,
Because I first saw
Wait,
Didi
what?
doing
and
it
it's honorable.
through
but
through her younger years. She does even now, but she started doing it as a teenager. And then I saw you doing it. I mean, you were a very skinny kid. You were so skinny as a little boy that when giving you a shot or drawing blood out of your hands, they could not find your vein. They had to do it from your finger.
You were
That's how skinny you were. And they had to literally poke your finger to draw blood out because they couldn't find a vein. That's how little
no virgin.
those veins were. And from that to now, where you have a six-pack. I mean, you want to show a six-pack to the viewers? You have a six-pack and this extremely
Every
this is
episode.
aggressive workout, right? So that was very inspiring, and that's what got me started.
I think that one thing that mom brought up that I love that I just want to reiterate is there are forms of self-care that have nothing to do with buying anything, have nothing to do with products. They have everything to do with just behavioral things. So for example, I think she already mentioned saying no is a form of self-care. I think another form of self-care, writing a to-do list and actually doing the things on that
that
list.
is so ridiculous.
Maybe I sound like
As
a
somebody who
workaholic.
cares about self-care, that is just going too far.
No,
What?
I think that it's
How
true.
is that going too far?
How is
That is going too far for you?
You can't just have a mental to-do list.
No, I actually, this is a point I agree with Didi.
Yeah.
Having a to-do list, when I can't stick to it because it's so difficult for me and I just like eventually just stop doing it. But when I do have to-do lists, I find that I actually do the things on the to-do list so much. Like I actually will do it. Like I'll be like, oh, I can do it.
I gave you a to-do list and you don't use it.
Because your to-do lists suck. I'm not using your to-do list.
His to-do lists are very advanced.
They're
Really?
like complicated.
All right. Oh, okay. I'm like, you guys are all complimenting each other and throwing me under the bus.
Oh, that's why you
Somehow-
started screaming.
Somehow this self-care discussion.
I think
comes up.
journaling is a form of self-care. I know everybody is on me about my meditation and my therapy and my whatever. I think learning how to talk to yourself positively is
Whoa,
amazing.
how do you talk to yourself? What do you
Well,
say?
in the journal, I'm just like, you are doing a good job. period.
No, no, you're really doing that?
And sometimes I'll even be like,
It's
you.
Like every day?
Sometimes I'll even say, you're doing a good job, exclamation point, if I'm doing a really good job.
And we all know that really self-care comes down to one thing. Everybody else does their own thing, including my husband with his one meal a day. And then mom is managing behind the scenes, like paddling like a duck, trying to keep up with other people's self-care routines and trying to
Scary
keep
duck.
up with other people's priorities. But this has been a really fun introduction to self-care, even for us. And a lot of it I didn't even know about my son and the shampoo and the conditioning tips and whatever.
I mean,
So
the
we're
good
gonna-
gift.
I don't shove it in everybody's faces. Besides
So much
him.
so that I didn't even know.
Exactly.
Okay, anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this episode of self-care.
And we want to hear your self-care.
We want to hear from you what you're doing for self-care, and please keep the tips and tricks cheap.
And comment
Because
podcast.
We already
ideas.
spending way too much money as a family, and I'm spending too much money in general. So give us some cheaper ideas, and if something is expensive but really worth it, we want to hear about it. And as we wrap up every episode with a segment called Good Grades with Gargs, we're going to go through this episode, and each one of us will assign who in this episode gets the A grade. And we are going to invite you to tell us who you think gets the A grade for this episode, who brought the winning moment, who made the moment shine, who brought the entertainment, a laugh, whatever you say. So who wants to
I want to go first.
Okay.
I think the boys, Bridge and Veer, split the A grade today because I think their conversation was exceptionally interesting and definitely very timely. For example, I think Veer again brought up an extremely important point where it's like products are becoming more expensive. Thinking about how we treat ourselves is so important. And what is the best way to, for example, like treat your skin, treat your hair so that your hair and skin look great for a long time. And I think Bridges' point to that, which I think is extremely interesting as well, is all these companies are trying to convince everyone that there's always a better and better and better way to do things, and thereby constantly putting you in this loop where you have to do more and more research. So I think that is actually one of the biggest issues that most people are facing today. And I definitely face it as a consumer. So I thought that was a super interesting argument on both sides.
I think I'm going to give my A grade to Veer exclusively. I mean, this whole app idea and how much care he takes for these little details, I applaud it. It's fantastic. You should keep it up, Veer. And I hope you keep your luscious hair for as long as possible.
Who wants to go?
I don't know. I'm
Okay.
gonna give my A grade to Mom because I think that when it comes to stuff like this, I think that Didi and Veer have drinking a lot of the Kool-Aid. And it's like me and Mom are a lot more like aligned, and I think that you have a good sense, and you've always had a great sense my whole life of knowing when is too much.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
She just literally,
Okay, I'm
you
giving-
just went up 1,000,000 points on the best friend.
I'm giving my
waitlist.
A grade to Didi because
Oh.
we are on the same page. Them two are on the same page.
Yes.
It's like a duel.
Yes. And then I
And-
don't even know where Dad is. I think
Yeah,
you and I are
Dad
on
is
the
just
same
some.
page,
He's
and
like the
you're-
referee.
Yeah, Dad's
Me
kind of
and-
the referee.
Me and Didi are on the same page, so I'm giving my A grade to her.
Yes, I will be spending the money on good shampoo so my hair also looks.
Okay, I give the A grade to my son Bridge, who is my firstborn son. And is
Whoa!
very possibly gonna become a doctor. We don't know yet, but it's heading in that
If
direction.
If anybody's becoming a doctor, it's Veer. He's doing the research on the
because
chemicals.
you heard no,
Facts.
but you heard how Bridge cut through the clutter and the nonsense.
Do you
and
hear
he
how your
was like-
son said he doesn't use body wash in the
No.
shower?
He didn't say that. Do not twist.
Yeah,
does
but
it.
I did not
That
say
is
that.
exactly what
I
he
did
said.
not say
See,
that.
This is how.
They're
After-
just lying.
after
I
going
just
through
said
a
I
run-
did.
That
After
until
going for a
every
run, you're
inch
gonna
of
be
Yeah, it's
sweaty.
insane.
After going for a run, you're gonna be
This boy
sweaty. Why
is
are you not
always
using
clean,
body wash?
Is always hygienic. Don't even suggest that he's not. What he's saying is you don't have to go to extreme ends of scrubbing unless you're like working like breaking rocks in like some sort
It's
of.
not going to an
stone
extreme
quarry.
extent.
You do not need to be.
It's
doing,
not going to an extreme extent to use body wash.
No,
It's not that.
I said I
we
used it.
as
This
a
is like-
family
After
person.
a run,
Just
have to
hold
use
on.
body wash.
Just so people know in this room right now, we as a family, we probably shower 2-3 times a day. We come, we shower, we go, we shower. We're a New York City family. We come home from the subway, we shower. So this is not an issue. What Bridge is trying to say is sometimes simple is better, that there is such a thing as too much. And for his generation, I applaud that he's saying that because everybody's so caught up in maximizing everything, as Zoya admitted herself to be
What
the
did you
victim
notice very to you meant that he may become a doctor?
of. Huh?
There was no relation.
There was no
There
relation.
There was no
Yeah,
relation.
there was not one thing brought up in this podcast.
Okay,
that
anyway,
suggests-
thank you so much for tuning in to our episode on self-care, and we can't wait to hear your tips. Please like, comment, share below, and tell us.
And tell us if you're Team Zoya or Team Zarna and Bridge, or if you just like the referee.
Team Zoya and Veer.
Oh, Zoya and Veer. Sorry, Zoya and
Okay.
Veer versus Bridge.
Thank you guys. Everybody say bye.
Bye.
Bye.